Can the Niners get over the hump and win a Super Bowl? Remember, they got 2-1 with Jimmy Garoppolo. Can they do that in 2022?
I don't think so. I wouldn't do it. I've been an expert on playing with very average to below average quarterbacks, and everything on the offense becomes harder. The special teams become harder. The defense becomes harder because you don't have a guy. And this is the worst time to be in the league and not be an accomplished thrower. Why? Because we have more real throwers of the football. I'm talking about guys that know how to handle this football and can throw it through wind, snow, outdoors, indoors. So for me, maybe in a different era, and if you've already been to one Super Bowl, Jimmy's 30 years old. Like, how much better is he going to get over the next several years? Yes, guys' arms do get stronger. Drew Brees' arm did get stronger. Tom Brady's arm did get stronger. But how much stronger is his arm going to be? I don't think it's going to be adequate enough to be able to get them where they need to be. You've been to a championship already. If you watch all their route combinations, even the last play, 3rd and 13, they had 5 guys going to the middle of the field. Why? Because that spot's open? No, because they're catering to their quarterback who can't reach the far parts of the outside the numbers. I think they had 3 passes over 20 yards outside the numbers. That's not enough. This is a great organization with a great roster that is supporting the quarterback. They can do better for themselves.
I think if you're Kyle Shanahan, you look at that game, it ends, you get on the plane, you go home, you see your family, you get up the next morning, you have your coffee, and your first call is to Trey Lance. And you say, let's go. Let's go, dude. We need you. We got to have you. When people tell you who they are, believe them. When they tell you over and over, believe them. Can they win it with Jimmy? Sure, they can, but I think it'll be much, much harder. And here's the deal. It's tough to talk about because Jimmy seems like a really good guy. He plays really hard. His teammates really like him. He's a professional. He keeps his mouth shut. All of those things that I'm saying about him, you say the exact same thing about LA Rams quarterback Jared Goff. Good guy, teammate. We like him. Plays hard. He's doing his best. We can get to the playoffs with him. Guys, the Niners just had a front row seat on what it's like when a team decides, we like this guy. I don't think we can win it all with him. Let's make a move. Jared Goff was great, better than Jimmy in the playoffs. All the stats, it's the optics and it's the philosophy where if they had decided not to go for Matthew Stafford, the Rams would have been in the playoffs this year. They would have been there. Of course they would have. Maybe they win a game. Maybe they win 2. They won't win the whole thing. And the Niners can run it back and try again. Now the difference is they have a different deal. The Rams did not have this young first-round pick that they went up. It's totally different. So you either need to get Trey ready and say, we need there for you, or you start going to nuclear options like pursuing Rodgers and all those other things. But I would just say, in and of itself, look across the field to the team that just beat you to get to the Super Bowl. Look what they did. They looked at their guys, said, we love you. We draft you number 1 overall. We can't win this thing with you. We got to make a move. And I think that's why the Rams win the Super Bowl.
I think there would be a lot of folks in San Francisco who would say, yeah, but if one other thing happens differently, we're not even having this conversation. Now, all those things you guys are saying is correct. But I go back to the 4th quarter, and I'm not picking on the kid, and I love what Jaquiski Tartt did this season, coming back from injury and being a solid player on this team. But this is with 10 minutes left, and they're up 10 points, and Stafford throws his pass, and gosh, is the game not over? And we're talking about Jimmy G, what a hero, what an intangible leader. Like, the stuff that you're all saying is accurate, that he can't hit every pass, and he certainly doesn't have the arm of Trey Lance, and he'll never be Mahomes or Stafford when it talks to about throwing those whips. But, like, if that interception is made, and I hate picking on Tartt because there's a million other plays in a game, Jimmy Garoppolo, we're talking about a guy who took his team to the Super Bowl 2 times in 3 years. And I have a hard time saying, yeah, well, the grass is greener because, and look, he's making $25 million next year. I think the Niners are likely going to go on to Trey Lance, and they're going to find a way to move Jimmy. I think it's the time. They drafted a player. You don't want to waste 2 years of a first-round pick. You don't give up multiple first-round picks to get it, not in today's day and age with the salary cap. And with those $25 million that Jimmy's making, you can say, well, you can spend that on giving an extension to player X or player B or player whatever it is. I just look at the intangibles. They swear by this guy. The players love this guy. And I think when we do the quants and the analytics and we look at the coaching tape and all that, the one thing that doesn't come up is that intangible factor that these teammates, they believe in him and they want to go into Lambeau and they want to fight for that guy. I'm sure they will for Trey Lance too, but like, let's not just take for granted what Jimmy Garoppolo has done in San Francisco. And if he got another year on the contract, came that close, a target interception away, maybe it is one more time worth running it back. I don't know.
And the people who are ripping him, like, come up with something new. We know Jimmy Garoppolo's limitations. You're not hitting me with anything I don't know, but you're talking about what's intangible, and I agree with you. But there's a tangible sample size of what this team looks like when he's not on the field versus what it is, and it's worth running back. Since 2019, they're 35-16 in games he starts. 8-27. 8-27 without him. He's 4-2 in the playoffs. Obviously, he has limitations. He's got a health concern, but that doesn't take away that he's the 5th best winning percentage as a starter over his time with the Niners. That is better than Rodgers, better than Russell Wilson, better than Big Ben, and better than Josh Allen. More so, I totally disagree with you, Kyle. Kyle Shanahan wakes up the day after it's removed, drinks his coffee, and he needs to just take a breath. You can't, listen, you could do better, and you should explore every option to upgrade upon Jimmy Garoppolo, but you can also do a lot worse than that as well. Tearing that Band-Aid or doing that now, I would be shocked if they didn't take him into camp. Is Trey Lance better? Is Trey Lance going to show up day one of this training camp or whatever off-season OTA situation and light it up? He could, but I still want Jimmy Garoppolo there because the truth is you can win with Jimmy because you do win with Jimmy.
One of the legendary stories of the NFL is one day a guy's going to show up bigger, stronger, and faster than you. And you know what you got to do? You got to get your stuff and either go somewhere else or try to fit in. Alex Smith, the press conference with Patrick Mahomes went the same way. I love this guy. This guy's going to be a friend the rest of my life. Alex Smith's a great guy. But they realized we have to be able to move on. I'm not trying to say he's Patrick Mahomes, but there's less ways to win with a quarterback like him. I don't care how much you like a guy. All the guys like guys, but you know what they really like? Can you get me that playoff check, bro? Can you get me that divisional check? Can I reach some of my bonuses? Joe Burrows, what he's doing there in Cincinnati, all right? The ball. So I worry about Jimmy, what his ceiling is. He's only been coached by the greatest coaches we have, Kyle Shanahan and New England.
Bill Belichick, McDaniel.
So how much more football is he going to grow? He's been exposed to the Ivy League. So
we know that, but I don't think you should ditch or trade away just for the sake of moving on and being like, this isn't the guy. I think you should explore every avenue. Aaron Rodgers, what's going on there? Or Trey Lance, can he take that leap and be that guy? But to, like, make that knee-jerk, I just don't think it makes sense in this situation.
I think they've probably had this conversation 6,000 times since they drafted Trey Lance. And every time they had that conversation this season, Jimmy was the right answer. So is it going to be different in the offseason? We'll see.
I mean, look. The Jaworski target interception. Like, he doesn't need to make that play if they got a quarterback and throw downfield. They're very held back by his inabilities. And look, the elephant in the room is Kyle Shanahan had a Super Bowl-ready roster and said, I don't believe in this quarterback. I'm going to take all of my capital and go get this guy.
When Rodgers had to go 80 yards in Lambeau, he went 3 and out. And when Jimmy had to do it, he took him right down the field for a field goal. There are intangible things other than arm strength. When Rodgers couldn't get it done,
I just saw Jimmy throw an interception on the last play of the game and fall on his face.
That's fine. After, several huge wins in New Orleans a couple of years ago, when everyone says Jimmy can't throw the ball, he's throwing the ball to Kittle on the big play. Like, I know it doesn't make sense, X's and O's, right? Like, he does get the job done when it matters a lot more than the other quarterbacks in this league.
Not the big one. Not the big one. I love Jimmy. I'm not rooting against him.
I know.
We're about winning Super Bowls here.
I get it.
I don't know. It's tough.